People are the way they are now because they've been conditioned to be like this. This is typically what a spiritual awakening is about. Waking up is the biggest blessing and curse. It is, right? Because this is why I wanted to have this podcast and this interview. What's going on, people? This is where you want to be. Welcome to Spiritual Needs TV. So, this weekend just gone, Spiritual Needs TV collaborated with WW Health, Journey of a White Feather, to have a spiritual conversation. This guy is an artist. If you don't know him already, then go and check out his channel. I'm going to leave a link below. And his poetry and his audio books will blow you away. If any of you wish to share your spiritual experiences, then please don't hesitate to hit me up, email me, or leave a comment down below, and I'll be sure to get back to you. But with further ado, this is how it went.
See, it all gels together. I mean, we've got lots of other great people on our community.
Oh, mate, amazing people.
Amazing people doing readings, different styles of readings. There's fairies, there's astrology ones. There's also some great meditations. And, you know, the best thing is, I think it's like us having a chat now. There's people just putting it on and just saying, these are my experiences. I hope I can help someone. That's what you and me and everyone else on that community is doing right now.
This is what this conversation is about, Jay, is to make sure people realize that they're not alone. There is a shift happening, and the spiritual awakening process isn't as sunshine and roses as people think it is. There are deep phases and cycles that we all have to go through.
So I'm wondering about your spiritual awakening. So we've all gone through it. When did you know it started? And I think we'll continue on with, let's go with what you started. How did you know it had started? Okay. Because we all go through it differently. Okay. There's different phases. So the way you're talking on your videos, you're really right. You're right in the middle of this, obviously ascending into a big part now. You're a big leader in the community. That's why I'm here. That's why we're talking. I'm 100%.
Bless your heart. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. I watched The Secret. That planted the seed to then me starting my journey on seeking the truth. So that's what it was essentially, because it reminded me that I was a spirit consciousness. That's what The Secret reminded me of. And I thought I was my body and mind at that time. So it was liberating knowing that if I can change my reality by the way I think. But it didn't talk about your subconscious beliefs that may block you along the way, sort of thing.
I'm going to ask you, when you became fully aware, did you look back and think, why did I do that? And did you actually question, go, oh, hang on a minute, was everything real? If you get where I'm going.
I realized that if I had the consciousness that I had now and knew what I knew now, then that wouldn't have happened.
Okay.
So when I look back at that, as sad as it was, as hard as it was to see myself like that, it showed me how far I had come.
That's a great way of looking at it.
Being an empath, as you know, being sensitive to other people's energies, you absorb and attract narcissistic people. Nothing against them. They are what they are. And you attract certain people and situations into your life to learn from, Jay, and to experience from. So
100%.
We cannot look back and regret anything that we've been through. We can, but like you said, it molds you into who you are.
It gets you to a point where you have to be well, for me, it was actually being at a conscious level and being allowed to be safe to get this stuff out. Like, my experience is, to give you an example, is simply, here's the cell. Here's your cell. You can go in your cell.
Yeah.
You come out, right? We're going to put you back in because it's safe. I could never shut the door. But when I shut the door, and I think it was one thing, what got me, I started to love myself, right, in a non-selfish way.
Yeah.
Found out that one day the penny dropped about value and worth. I never valued myself, and I never had worth. I didn't think I had worth, right? One day something happened, and I just gone, nah. It's like I've stood up like I've got He-Man powers or something. I'm gone, this is absolute garbage. I'm worth more than this.
We didn't experience darkness, Jay. If we didn't go through our dark, we wouldn't appreciate the light on the other side as much. If you get me.
Do you think that's like I go as a hurt and heal?
Mm-hmm.
So you got your hurt and heal, right? So you go through when you go through. We are, look, I believe you, me, and all the other full-time purpose community are the white lighters, but they're going to teach the rest of the world. This is why we're doing what we're doing. I reckon this is going to go somewhere. Victor's stuff. We're all doing something. We're all supporting each other. We're building this community, and we're all got experiences. Look at your stuff. I go, right, that's what you got to do. You know, you got to get your value. You got to do this. You got to make sure you set your goals, but people can't get into that mindset.
I think this is the key thing. You see, if people, and I say people, if we were taught that we are not our minds, because a lot of people they're so identified with thoughts that they are their thoughts, and when your thoughts have been conditioned to think negative, they believe they're negative, and then their behaviors come out by what they're feeling about themselves, you see. So
this is the weird thing, Cortez. I said to a friend of mine, she said, "Oh, you always have a choice. There's no such thing as programming." I just sat there and go, "You're kidding." I go, and look, very spiritual lady, and I looked at it, I go, okay, because I'm look.
Tell her to look up MK Ultra.
I look at it this way, right? Maybe I look at the experiences you had compared to the experiences I had. That's your thoughts. And where I'm coming from is, and what you're coming from, mate, we're changing our program. You can't just go, if you haven't got any safety or any understanding of where you are, your standing in life is, and understand what your purpose is or where you are. And, you know, if you're coming from a place of fear, okay, which is, you know, we all know fear's a state of mind. That's fine, how much energy you give and all those kind of things. But if you're in that situation, that's your programming.
That's it.
So anyone who's had anything happen to them, some type of trauma, it's going to affect them.
No spiritual awakening is the same, you see. So it's good to get different takes on different people's experiences, because someone might have went through that and they'll resonate with them, and then someone might have went through what you went through and they'll resonate with you. And like you said, it's a community that we can all come together, share ideas, share experiences, share traumas, and heal each other as one. The more you experience, the more qualifications you have in the long run to reach back and help people. So what I found was people are where they are and they're meant to be, because once they overcome where they are, that is going to be their qualification to then lean back and help others. A lot of people talk about the light, fairies, and it's going to be great, but they completely forget the moment you wake up, you might not have to do it now, but there's going to become a time where you're going to have to face your shit, right? And if you don't, and you don't get a choice.
That's right. And this is what the scary people don't really realise it. They'll do everything they can. They'll do everything they can to look at it and go, "Oh, I'm okay."
Yeah. That's it.
Wait till it comes rushing down. There's things are going to happen at a certain age, or a certain time. And we can sit there. We're not going to say you told you so, but this is where the shadow comes in. Everyone's got their own shadow to deal with. And once you get to that, that's when you start getting the answers. I know, as I said to you personally, what happened, you know, I had no worth, nothing. I was a scared little bloody kid, if you want to put that, for a long time, and pleasing others. All this shit was coming out.
Now looking back at it, and you've only just made me realize this, Jay, is I'd done my own shadow work without realizing I was doing shadow work. Excuse me. And I say my own shadow work, don't get me wrong. It was the people I surrounded myself with, i.e. books, audio books, videos. If you see someone, because I know when I started my process, I used to look at people that were in their gifts and in their powers. And at first, it frustrated me because it was like, I want to do something like that, but I don't know what I want to do. So, and then when I was surrounding myself with people like that, I realized they're just like me. I don't have to fear them. And I think some people fear the people that know their truth, you see, because
huge. It's probably 100% right.
There might be some beliefs that we might be challenging within them that they might have to look at now.
That's the big thing. Right. You see, do you reckon in some indirect way they're sort of reverse empaths? They're feeling.
Yeah.
You wanted to find out what the most difficult time of the process was just, I think, facing it really, because what basically I come out of the cell, and the 2 years that I was in the hole, I caught in the hole, mate, I was like a zombie. I had no idea what was going on. I was consciously just walking around going, where am I? What am I doing? What's going on? Consciously in dis-ease, if you've heard that term before. So your spirit is dis-ease. You know, then you're looking at it and going, and I think, as I said, the hardest thing was just going through everything and actually admitting what was going on, actually standing up, actually being told you got to stand up. And I guess just looking at the processes and the people that I was attracted to, looking at myself, what I was doing, and just basically I think the time I made a conscious decision was in the Shadow Warrior course when I had a crack at the internet. I go, this is crap, this is shit. And I cracked it big time. Because it's not the internet, mate. What's going on in your head? That's straight up. And that turned my life, other than him saying, what are you proud of yourself? And I went, And did you understand value and worth?
I understand the value and worth from when I started, because I used to compete bodybuilding. That gave me my value and worth at that specific time of what I thought was value and worth. I have a different definition for value and worth now, but that enabled me to feel comfortable in myself body-wise.
Yeah.
It gave me the confidence to be able to voice my opinions, no matter how different they would be to society. So I've always been different to make that choice, if you get what I'm trying to say. I was always my body back then. What I mean by that is my mind identified so much with my body that I didn't know that I was a spiritual being just having a human experience. I actually thought I was the physical body. So when I lost the size, because I was quite big, and then I had 2 car accidents and I couldn't train the way I wanted to do, and I fell off gym for about 5 years. And in that time process, I lost who I was because I thought I was my body, you see? And everyone viewed me as this big bodybuilder, but when you lose that, you lose your identity if you identify with who you are as this bodybuilder, which I'll go back, because like you were saying, people lose themselves in jobs, they lose themselves in roles. So I think that teaching for me was when I started to, like you say, ascend to a higher level of knowing, it enabled me to look back and say, right, I went through that for this reason. I went through that for that reason. I gained that knowledge there. That led me to this. I connected all the dots. It's all one big picture at the end of it, Jay, if you connect the dots.
Absolutely.
But if you don't connect the dots, it looks like random things happen to you, or that happened to you and this is happening to you, but it all is happening for a reason, to guide you and to get you back onto track, or to you haven't learned that lesson, so now you got to go back and now you got to experience the same sort of person come into your life until you learn that lesson from them.
That's
and
right.
then once you've learned it, then there's cycles in life, you see. So
Absolutely.
it's a lot more complicated than we think. We can all have different beliefs and get along, Jay. And that's what life's about, you see.
Absolutely.
It's about all having different beliefs. And it's not like you're telling me to believe that, I'm telling you to believe that.
That's right.
We are just sharing different beliefs and concepts of what it may be or how it may have went. Because no one truly knows certain things to life. It's just theories. It's just all theories. So in hindsight, we're all right and we're all wrong at the same time.
Absolutely.
And that's how we can sort of accept people's bizarre beliefs as they may be for what they are. Do you know what I mean, Jay?
Well, I think until we understand what the ego is really doing, as I said, that's where say, for example, my book comes in with the audio book that I've been doing.
Yes,
all my
amazing.
Experiences.
Journey of a White Feather. Check it out, guys.
Thank you very much. And also check this guy out, mate. You're watching over and over and over because he does some good stuff. Spiritual Needs TV, there it is.